Happy Self Love Sunday. I am Mo Sass, your host of Self Love Sundays with Sass. I am your certified vision and empowerment and extreme execution coach who comes every single Sunday so we can talk about all the ways in which we can better our best. Listen, it is December and I apologize about my voice. I just got back from vacation and vacation was good to me. Okay, so my my voice took a little bit of a beating, as well as because it was like 75, 80-degree weather every single day. It's kind of awkward when you're coming back from hot weather to extreme cold weather because, as you most of you know, I live in Pennsylvania, and that's not going to stop me. Okay, so listen, it's December, y'all. So in the we all month of November we talked about what must we say no to in order so that we could say yes to our vision and ourselves tomorrow. And if you didn't get an opportunity, please go back and check out that. But this month, the month of December, we're talking about making some major decisions. So I like to, and I talked to you guys about this back in October, make my plans for whatever it is that I want to accomplish and or achieve for the new year in October. So that means I come up with a theme. So like last year, my 2022 theme, because I'm not sharing 23 yet, was peace, purpose, and execution. So if it wasn't leading me or bringing me peace, right? It wasn't driving me to my purpose, and I wasn't executing, it wasn't for me. Like it just could not be in my life. It was going to stop me from executing on my purpose and being in peace. It just couldn't be around me. So that was one of my themes. So I come up with all that. But in December, I really start to break that down because this is the month where my vision board is going to get done. And so I have to make some big decisions. And so when you have to make decisions about the things that you plan to do in the new year, there is some things that you have to think about. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. And I always give credit where credit is due. So part of this, what I'm talking about today, actually came from my pastor and his wife. They sat down, they did this conversation. It's something that I love to do as well, but they added a different spin to it that I wanted to share with you. So when we talk about the things that we want to accomplish in the new year, we talk about our goals. So the way I set up my goals is I have an overarching goal that I want to achieve for the year, and then I break it down by quarter. So first quarter, of course, is January through the end of March, right? So you got first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and we are in our fourth quarter now. So basically right now, I'm just going to tell you guys, if we've been rocking for a minute, you should be going hard in the month of December to make sure that you meet your fourth quarter goals. I understand there's going to be distractions with the holidays. However, it is up to you to control your distractions, dominate the distractions so that you can achieve your fourth quarter goal. Okay. So what I do is I ask myself, there are some things that I absolutely want to start. And again, so these are going to be new goals, right? But in order to start new goals, we have to stop something. That means we have to give up something. Okay. That also means that throughout the previous year, there may be some things that we want to keep that we actually love from the previous year and we want to keep doing. So we put that on the list. And then what are we willing to compromise? So let me give you an example. So if you say in the new year, I want to start taking better care of my health, that may mean that you may have to stop eating sugar, stop eating, what do we call it? Fried foods, right? You may have to stop eating that. So it's like, if I want to start a healthy lifestyle, I have to stop doing something. I have to give up something, right? And then you may say, well, you know what? There's some habits that I adopted last year that I'm willing to keep, which is okay. A part of this is I'm willing to keep my exercise regimen, right? I'm willing to keep because I'm the health is almost there, but it's like, you know what? It's my eating needs to change, so I'm willing to keep my exercise regimen, right? And then you say to yourself, what am I willing to compromise? Because you have to be willing to compromise. Okay, so the compromise may be that I'll give up fried foods for, quarter one, in exchange, right? For the weight loss, I'm willing to compromise giving up fried foods. And then in the way I'm going to compromise that is maybe I eat fried food 5 days a week. I'm going to compromise and say, you know what? I'm going to take that 5 days down to 2 days a week. All right. Because here's the thing, when we start talking about a nutritional track, and I don't want to get on this, I'm just really using this as an example. We start getting on a health track, right? We absolutely don't want to. If you're not a person that can do cold turkey, please don't do cold turkey, because then you're going to be upset with yourself at the fact that you're not able to just stop and completely stop something. So what do I mean by that? There are some people who go on like juice cleanses and stuff. They can stop. They have the ability and the fortitude to say, listen, I'm going to not eat solid foods for 21 days. That's okay for them. It may not be that for you. This is why you need to sit down with your list, because this is about finding your way. This is about your journey, and say, okay, what am I willing? Look, these are the top 3 to 5 things that I want to start doing in 2023. In order to do this, I have to stop doing these things, right? Okay, and I also want to keep these things, and I'm willing to compromise here. Okay, so the month of December is really about now making those decisions. You have to make the decisions now, because here's the thing: we're not making the goals in December. The December goals we should be working those. We should be finishing up quarter 4 strong, so that now we're preparing for quarter 1. So we have to make these decisions now. And we're going to prepare for them, because again, proper preparation prevents poor performance. What that means is we have to set ourselves up for success. What does that look like for you? So maybe that looks like you making a full list of the foods that you want to eat come January 1 to start this health journey. Again, remember, we're just using this as an example. You make a list of these foods that you want to eat and start meal planning. Okay, so that way, at the end of the month, all you're doing is going shopping, doing your bulk shopping, whether you Costco's, BJ's, or wherever, so you can be prepared. Come January 1, you have no excuses. You have your meal plan, you're prepped, and you're ready to go. Okay? As well as you have your list of, I'm going to work out, 5 days. Listen, if you're looking to lose weight, you should be working out a minimum 5 to 6 days per week, 30 minutes minimum, okay, per day. It is what it is. I mean, again, you want to start off slow, that's fine, but I'm just talking about if you want to lose weight, this is what it is. And at least 3 of those days should be weight training. You should be incorporating some sort of weights in there. I will always give this disclaimer, which is that you should consult your physician before you do anything with health and or fitness. I'm just giving you examples. I want to just start by that. This is just an example, okay? Because again, we have to set ourselves up to win. What does your winning system look like? All right. So we started this off by, we're making a list so we can make some really good decisions this month to set us up for the new year. Okay. So we made our list. Now let's build our winning system. Who's going to hold you accountable? So you made this list of goals that you want to achieve, right? And my hope is that you have an overarching goal and that you break it down by quarter. Quarter 1, I'm going to achieve this. Quarter 2, I'm going to achieve that, and so on and so forth. Okay. Each quarter, what are you looking to achieve? Now, I choose one large goal per quarter. One. Why? If you can't listen, you cannot put 30,000 goals and expect to achieve all of them at the same time. Doesn't happen. Chasing 2 rabbits, you'll catch none. One big goal. That doesn't mean I'm not working on other things behind the scenes. It just means that I'm focused on the one big goal for that quarter. Okay. And all of the goals collectively should get me to where I want to be at the end of the year. All right. So, excuse me. The question is, who's going to hold you accountable to that goal? And then when you find your accountability partner, this is what I say. It should be someone who has already achieved what you're looking to achieve. B, somebody who's going to hold you accountable and not go for your BS, because everybody has a sob story. I'm here to tell you, nobody cares about your story. Listen, nobody else may not tell you, but I'm coming to tell you. Okay, listen. Hear me well. I don't care about your story. Life is always life. That means there's always going to be something. There's always going to be something that happens, the things that are out of our control. So you have to control the controllables. You can't do anything about the things that are out of your control, but you can control the controllables. The controllables is making your list, right? Making great decisions, okay? Having better habits. Those are the things that you can control. In other words, you can control you. Okay, so you need to find an accountability partner who's not going to listen to your story and your excuses as to why you haven't gotten something done that you said that you wanted for your life. This is not someone putting some stipulations on you. This is you saying, this is what I want. So if you want it, then you have to be held accountable. And then what does that accountability look like? So I'm a part of an accountability group, and it's like, all right, we have to do something every single day to work towards the goal that we said that we wanted to achieve at the end of the quarter. You have to do something every day. Okay. So for example, if we're backing out in our healthy, and so the goal is, because it has to be a SMART goal: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. So we're going to say that we are looking to lose 15 pounds in quarter one. So we can measure that. Okay. So we start off by saying, okay, I am 150 pounds today. I want to lose 15 pounds, right? So what are you going to do every single day? That could be exercise. That could be nutrition. You choose that. So when you don't meet that I will for the day, who's going to hold you accountable, and what does the accountability look like? So for our group, we'll say, okay, you owe me 50 push-ups. If you don't meet your goal for the day, right? Meaning you don't complete that I will for the day, you're going to give me 50 push-ups. Some people choose squats. Some people choose sit-ups. Whatever that thing is you hate doing, that's the thing that you want to say, I'm going to do. Why? Because you're going to be like, I don't want to do that. I know people like, man, I don't want to do no 50 push-ups. Okay, then that means you're going to complete your I will for today. That means you're going to be accountable. Okay. And so you tell that person that you're listening, you're going to say, hey, listen, I would love for you to be my accountability partner. And this is what I need from you. I need you to hold me accountable. And if I don't meet it, I have to do 50 push-ups, and I'm going to send you a video of me doing the 50. It's not, I said I did the 50. No, I need the proof. Okay. So again, who's going to hold you accountable when it comes to meeting your goals? Everyone needs an accountability partner. Okay. Who is your mentor? Who's mentoring you throughout your journey of whatever it is that you say that you want? Okay. So for me, I have mentors. I have a mentor that, I'm going to just be honest with you. YouTube, a lot of time, is my mentor. There's people that are doing what I'm doing and want to do at a very high level, and I follow them. Success leaves clues, right? Success leaves clues if you execute on them. I go listen to what they say, and I usually execute them. So I have, and I do have other mentors as well. But for those of you who can't afford YouTube was my first coach and mentor before I had one, before I could afford one. I'm just being straight up and honest with y'all. So if you are in a place where you're saying, and I told you before, I don't believe it anymore. It was a mindset shift that I had to make, where I had to say, I could not afford not to be with a coach. I couldn't afford not to go to an emotional intelligence program. I couldn't afford not to put myself in these communities. I had to do a mindset shift. I understand that everybody isn't there yet. So until you get that in your mind, that the things you're saying I can't afford, you're going to have to say I can't afford not to, because those are the things that are going to help you be successful in whatever success looks like for you. Then YouTube is your best friend. Okay. So who's your mentor? Who's your coach? We all need coaches in our life. Listen, I'm not just saying that because I'm a coach. I'm saying that because the reason why I'm sitting here thriving instead of in survivor mode is because I hire a coach. Period. I hired a coach. And I joined the community. It was essential to me getting to where I wanted to get to in life, and which is the next level, because each level requires something new. It really does. Each level that you want to go to requires you to do a new thing. It requires you to give up an old thing. It does. Right? And it requires you to also keep some of the good habits that you've built. I've built some very good habits over the 2022 in terms of accountability, like literally that forced me to execute at a high level that I've ever had before. And I know now that means I'm going to have to take it up another whole notch in 23, which means I'm going to be bang zoom through the moon, which is okay. That's my way. Okay. So who's your coach? And again, if you say if you're saying that, if you have that mindset where you feel like you can't afford a coach, I'm going to tell you, pick out your coaches then from YouTube. But the thing is, what happens is, just like with these videos, you get more of a high level although great steps to do, but it's more high level. What happens is, and what I noticed the change was when I sat with a coach, it was no more high level with generic, with, where anybody can come and kind of pick up information. It was tailored to me. It was tailored to me. And I'm going to announce at the end of December what it did for me, and I'm actually going to come out with something that I'm super super proud of. It's been an amazing year, y'all, and some things I haven't shared, and I'm actually really going to share, because it's going to like officially launch in January, so I'm super excited about it. But that was because I hired a coach, truthfully. If you're a person that is just starting your healing journey, because again, I've been on this journey since 2017. I think I started doing these videos 2017 to end of 2017. I've been on this journey for a long time. Do you need a therapist? I am the Black woman who will come every single Sunday and talk to anyone I meet, and I'm going to promote therapy. Why am I promoting therapy? Because a lot of times what's in the way of our success is the fact that we're self-sabotaging ourselves because we haven't dealt with some of the old traumas that have happened to us in our lives. I know you don't want to hear it. You hear it all the time. But let me explain something to you. If you sit and you make a list and you say to yourself, I'm not happy in my life. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not doing what I want. 9 times out of 10, it's because you are wired a certain way, because something has happened in your life and it's caused you to believe that it's okay for you to live a life that you can't stand. Listen, for those of you who are right-handed, it's the equivalent of saying that I deserve a life where I just walk around writing with my left hand all day, knowing that it's uncomfortable, knowing that it like I'm unsatisfied, knowing that it's painful. It's like, listen, if your right hand is your dominant hand, and it makes you happy, you can absolutely walk around and write your right hand all day, live on the right side of the life, right? If you want to, eat on the left side of the menu, walk on the right side of life. But it's a choice. But some people don't even know that they have that choice. I'm going to give you a short story before I let you go. I met some beautiful women on my vacation, and there's another woman that I know, and we've been having these conversations about their relationships or their friendships or with their partners. And I'm listening to these ladies consistently say, they're being asked, what do you bring to the table? Or what are you going to do? And what do you do? And they've been in these relationships. Now, one has been in a relationship almost 8 years, and the other one's been, a year. And it's like, they're still proving themselves. It's showing, like, I have to state my worth. Let me be clear. This is what I do, and this is what I bring to. And I'm saying to myself, when you wrote down what you wanted in life, in terms of relationships, friendships, or whatever, is it on the list that you're going to have to prove yourself every single day to say over and over again, this is what I do? Is that really what you saw for yourself? Now, if it is, go for it. But I know for sure that when I wrote my list of qualities that I look for in partnerships of all kinds, I'm talking about whether it's with, a significant other or friendships, it was not me having to prove my worth. It was me understanding that I was already worthy when I walked in the door. Now, does that mean that there's no compromise? Of course, you're going to compromise and all these other things. But if a person asked to live with you and you decided to blend your lives, and they're consistently questioning what you bring to the table, and you're consistently trying to prove that, I'm going to say to you, it's time for you to do a reset. It really is. It's time for you to sit back and say, do you feel that you're worthy? Because I know that I'm not walking in any door with friends or anywhere proving my worth. I walk in knowing that I'm worthy, so I walk a different way. I speak a different way. When I come in, they know. It's like, all right, this is the person. Now, that doesn't mean, just like we have a 90-day trial period when we walk into any sort of job, it doesn't mean that people aren't evaluating you. I'm all for the evaluation, but what I won't do is every single day say, this is what I do. This is what I do. What? No, ma'am. Okay. And that goes for my men too. It should, but what I'm going to ask you is, are you in alignment? Meaning, is what you say what you do? Because there could be some mismatch there, right? But again, number one, what do you want? What are the characteristics that you strive for in other people? And here's what I'm going to say to that. The characteristics that I wrote out for the people to be in my life, I absolutely abide by those. What that means is I work every single day to heal myself so that I show up in that way. If I want people in my life who are positive, uplifting, have great morals, great character, or they have integrity, they're vulnerable, right? That's how I have to show up. I can't ask people. I listen. You can, but I'll tell you this: you shouldn't ask for what you're not willing to provide. Just it. If you want somebody who is good with their finances, be good with your finances. Now, I'm not saying that this is about who makes more or who makes less, but be good with a balance sheet. How about that? If you want a man, I'm just saying, ladies, if you want a man who's financially stable, who makes a great amount of money, then you make sure you understand how to manage it. Because nobody wants to get with someone who's going to lose it all. All right? So again, this is not about how much. This is about saying that what you ask for, be ready to provide it, okay? And stop walking around feeling like you got to prove yourself to everybody. Know your worth, and then you don't have to prove it. And how do we get to knowing our worth? We start to work on our healing. And this is why I talk about therapists and coaches. Okay. And this is not something that I'm just speaking about from the standpoint, oh, because she went through it. Because I can hear somebody saying that. No, this is actually what I walk my clients through. And if you want to know how they have thrived through it, go to my website, www.mosas.com, and check out my testimonials of my true clients. Because I don't just come here and speak. I am totally in alignment with the fact of you, the person who's listening, can be, do, or have anything that you speak off your lips. It is a matter of you making the decision to get a winning system around you and know what you want. Even right now, listen, guys, I went on vacation, not to just go on vacation. I'm going to be honest with you. I went to look for another place to live because, I love the East Coast, but I prefer to live in warmer weather. And when I got there and this is my third visit. Sorry. I'm going to look. I'm like, is this what I really want? Like I went, and this is why I visited more than one time. Not to talk myself out of it, but to be sure that when I make this decision, this is what I really want. And when I looked around the town, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if that's what I want anymore. So I'm using the month of December, okay, as my decision maker. Let me sit down, get back to right. Is this what I really want? Is this the environment I really want to be around? So you're asking yourself, who do you want to become? Who do you want surrounding you? What type of environment do you want for yourself? Okay? These are all the questions that you have to sit with and ask yourself. Who can help me with all of this? Because if you go at it alone, now here's the thing, you can do a lot of things alone, but you can go further with more people in your life. The reason why I was able to go so much further in the year of 2022 is because I have a winning system of coaches and therapists in my life, period, and accountability partners. I mean, you can go, and again, I was doing it before, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I was so mad with myself because I'm like, man, here I am, 47 years old. I could have been catapulted my life, but I was one of those who didn't trust people, who was just working in the corner by myself. I can do it all on my own. And I'm like, if I had to just healed the traumas in my life that had me to be so untrusting of people. But then I'm gonna just tell you, I'm gonna keep it funky with you. It was because I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust my decisions because I made some bad ones. So I didn't even realize I was running around not trusting people because I wasn't trusting me. But that took for me to work with my therapist and my coach. Like, what is going on? Hiring people and not trusting them. Say what now? that don't even make no sense. Now you're micromanaging. You're all like, no, listen. This month of December, I really need you to sit down. Really go. If you've already made your goals and you're walking into your 23 now, which I'm doing the same thing, I really still need you to sit down and look at these top 3 to 5 things and say, okay, listen, I'm starting this. What am I stopping? You can't do it all. What am I stopping? Okay. If you ask yourself, what am I stopping? What am I keeping that I like? And what am I willing to compromise? You have to get with yourself this month and really go over that. This way you set yourself up for success. And even if you say, you know what, I've decided that I'm gonna go ahead and hire a coach or whatever, have a conversation with the coach. You never know. They have all sorts of things out there now, y'all. You got some coaches are taking a firm, shop pay, which is a payment plan. You don't know unless you ask. Closed mouths don't get fed. It's not just a cliche. It's real. Pick up the phone, have conversation, reach out if you have questions. Info@mosas.com. Always email me, ask me anything that you want, because my whole goal with doing these videos, and I swear, I want to reach at least 1 million people to let them know that if I can absolutely change over my life and my clients that I'm helping can change over their life, you can too. You can transform. You can transform and be anything you want to be. All it takes is for you to make a decision and decide today is going to be the day. Well, guys, I got to get out of here. I'm doing something so amazing today that I can't talk about right yet. And I'm super excited because I've made some decision. My gift is making room for me in some grand places. So I'm super excited for that. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and I will talk to you next week.